Hello, you're watching ForestFanTV. Welcome to the Tactics Room. It's Arthur and Stephen here. We're looking ahead to Saturday's game away at Brighton, which is Dougie Freedman's first match as Forest manager. We said in our preview that his team selection would be interesting. This is what we think Freedman should go with. It's a 4-5-1 formation. We'll go into it now in a bit more detail. So we're keeping Doris de Vries in goal. I think we're both agreed that he's not done too much wrong recently, and that continuity I think is important. Left back, we've brought Danny Fox back into the side. What's your reasoning behind that, Arthur? Why do you think he should come back in?
I think we need an experienced left back in the side. He's a solid tackler. He puts himself about, and hopefully Freedman will get him passing the ball better than he has done. So I've gone for experience over young kids at left back. As I've always said, round pegs in round holes, that suits.
Yep. On the opposite side, Todd Kane keeping him in at right back. Centre half, Jack Hobbs remains in the team. But we've brought Jamal Lascelles in. Now, Kelvin Wilson had a bit of a poor game against Millwall. So you think Lascelles would be a better choice for this one?
I think Lascelles would be a better choice. I thought Wilson had a shocker against Millwall. He seems to have lost a bit of pace since his injuries. Yeah. And I would bring Lascelles back. He's got that bit more pace, and hopefully we can get the back four more solid.
Into the midfield then. It's midfield three in the centre. Ben Osborne, Henri Lansbury we've kept in the side. But we've brought David Vaughan in. Again, we said in the preview about the importance of trying to keep hold of possession, and we think Dougie Freedman's going to play a more passing-based game. So David Vaughan coming in would be perfect as that holding midfielder.
I think Vaughan will give us a lot more in midfield. For how well Osborne and Tesh can play on the ball, they're very lightweight and they don't give us the tackles. I think Vaughan can get in there, play in front of the back four. He can receive, he can just push the ball onto Osborne and Lansbury and protect his back four. Just use the ball simply like he was doing. He was a fine player. Why Mr. Pearce didn't like him, we don't know.
As for Henri Lansbury, his form this season has been patchy. For whatever reason, Stuart Pearce couldn't get the best out of him. But on his day, he's one of the best players in the division. He's certainly our best player at the moment on paper. So we're keeping him in. We think Dougie Freedman should give him a chance and see if he can get him firing again. On the wings then, Jamie Paterson we've put in on the left. What's your thinking behind that one?
I like to go with pace, and I think if you play Paterson, Antonio and Assombalonga, it gives us a lot of pace up front. And perfect for their counter-attack, which we saw earlier on in the season when these guys did it. Great on the counter-attack. Let's use those three with their pace, and if we push back a little bit, then counter with those.
Yeah, as an away team, I think this formation sets up perfectly. You're talking there about the pace. We know the damage that Antonio and Paterson can do on the break. And Assombalonga, as your main striker, he plays that role well. He's strong on the ball, but he doesn't give it away often. And he can give defenders a lot to think about. But also, he has got that pace to get in behind and cause a threat on the counter-attack. As for players who haven't made it into the team, Gary Gardner's one. Former Brighton player, he was there on loan earlier this season. Do you think there's a chance he could still come into the team?
Well, we don't know why he was left out of the squad last Saturday, so that'll be an interesting one. Maybe he picked up an injury. We just don't know. Looking at that 11, no, I think that's a good 11. Yeah, I think if the manager goes with that, we won't be far wrong. Yeah, hopefully.
Going by what Freedman's done previously at Crystal Palace, for example, his Palace team set up very similar to this because they had Wilfried Zaha and Yannick Bolasie on the wings. Different kind of striker, Glenn Murray to Assombalonga, but nevertheless, the same setup is there in terms of that pace on the wings and looking to stretch teams. Do you agree with our team selection? What do you think Freedman will go with in his first game as Forest manager? Get in touch with us, leave your comments below. Give us a message on Twitter, that is at ForestFanTV, and you can also find us on Facebook. Just search for Nottingham Forest TV. We've done our preview of the game on our channel already, so make sure you check that out as well. But for now, from Arthur and from me, goodbye.